all you're doing is pushing on that trachea of that dog.
Hey,
Good girl.
SandraLaFlamme of Canines4Heroes, here with Natasha Wilhelm of Canine.
Training for Heroes.
Yeah, and we're here in Sarasota, Manatee County, and one of the things that we're showing you don't get to see anywhere else is we're working with high drive dogs. Now this works for kind of a low drive dog. That means a dog that's just going to sit around on the couch. But the reason why we incorporate tugging and play with training is we're keeping that drive activated, because oftentimes if you look back at the videos that I show, we have service dogs that work along with somebody in a wheelchair that are picking things up, that are going everywhere, and the dog has to have the drive to pay attention. But to keep that drive alive, what do?
Play.
Yeah.
And play.
It's that tugging play.
Yep.
Now this is a Belgian Malinois, so the tugging play we have now, if you saw off camera on the last video, I was playing with a 90-pound German Shepherd dog, and I was throwing the ball and the dog came running at me and I didn't move. But the drive is so important when we're working with puppies that we all know that we got to be fast on our feet when we're with that puppy and catch them in that learning situation, and also change it into something that's a trainable situation. We want to keep that drive in place more than we want to overcorrect the dog.
Yes, absolutely.
Which is a very big deal. We're going to show that today. So like, subscribe, and stay tuned to this channel to see more good content. And if you need a service dog, be sure to contact us. And my telephone number appears in the comment below. So thanks so much for watching, and thanks so much for supporting us.
So to address prong collars, or training collars as we call them, there are different types of training collars. The cheap ones you get from Walmart, they're not shaved down, they're not rounded.
This is an expensive kind, right?
Yes, this is a Herm Springer. And if you look at the Herm Springer, they're actually rounded. So they don't hurt me, they won't hurt the dog. But the cheap ones you buy from Walmart are not rounded like that. They're just cut. So they are sharp around the edge. So if you do tug on a dog, then it can actually cut their neck. Another thing with the training collars that we use, if there's too much pressure on it, they are made to pop and break before it even injures the dog. So they will literally just come apart right here and just break apart before it hurts the dog. And the reason we like using these for training, especially if a dog is pulling and we have to teach a dog not to pull, if you're using a flat collar, or if you are using just a chain choker collar, all you're doing is pushing on that trachea of that dog and causing that dog more pain than it has to even go through. She's got the training collar on, she's misbehaving. I'm not gonna actually correct her for it, but you just do a quick correction like that, just a quick pop. It releases right away, but what that collar does is it is mimicking the mommy dog bite of when they're puppies. So that way they understand, oh, I did something I'm not supposed to be doing right now. And literally it's just a quick pop of the collar. I didn't do it. So if she does misbehave, that's all she gets, is just a little quick, it just tightens really quickly and then it releases right away. So we're going to actually work on duration and a couple little tricks on keeping duration. All duration is when you put your dog at a sit or a down and you want them to stay there. So sit, good girl. Typically you would reward her for it. I don't have to reward her because she knows I just won't reward her anymore for it. Nope, sit. Just a quick little correction. I don't go very far away from her. I keep my eyes on her, making sure that she's not moving. Okay, good girl. She was getting comfortable. Now down is a different story. Sit, down. Good girl, good girl. Nope. Now, here, because I know she's got good duration for me already, all I would do to keep this is I would throw a little bit of food on the ground for her to make her stay there. And then I'd, take small steps further and further away and just keep tossing little pieces of food so she stays right there. But you got to make sure when you toss them, they get right there.
Okay.
That way she doesn't get up to try to get it because you tossed it too far away. Okay, okay, good girl. So get her to sit.
Sit. Good girl.
Keep feeding her. That way she knows that this is where you want her to be. And every time you give her a piece of food, say good girl.
Good girls.
Now drop the leash. Do it again.
Good girls.
Now take a step back. Now release her. Don't make her wait too long.
Come on. Good girl.
Because it's just like a kid. You gotta take baby steps,
Yeah.
you know, to get them to where you want them to be. You're building children and molding them to become proper adults. This is what you're doing with her at the same time.
Okay.
So let's do it at a down this time.
Sit. Down. Good girl.
Oh.
Ooh,
Good girl.
Good girl. Good girl.
Now
Okay,
go ahead
come.
and release her. Yep.
Good girl.
5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds. Just build on it. That's all you gotta do is build and build and build. If you try to make her stay for too long, at too early of a stage, she's gonna continuously break. And that's what we're trying to make her not do, is break the command that we have her in at that time. Walker, here, sit. Good girl, that's my girl. That's my girl. Okay. Go ahead, call her over to you.
Walker, come. Girl.
She gets the duration, you know, say she's like at a 1 minute down. In that 1 minute, you can walk to another room and then come back and slowly build that into it. You can be in another room, say you're cooking dinner and you don't want her in there getting dinner. Or you just want to enjoy time with Stephanie and just the two of you guys enjoy cooking dinner together and her not be in that same environment as you. That way, once the duration is good, you can keep her at a down or whatever in another room while you're in another room.